And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Chief Ludes. Shout out to everybody who came to hang out during the stream, which unfortunately was brief because Comcast is horrible. Tried everything to get it back into working order, but doesn't seem to be the case. So I actually don't know when this video is going to come out at all. I look like Uncle Rico right now. Anyways, time to count down the top 10 budget cards in NBA 2K22 My Team so that I don't punch a hole through my computer screen. You know the drill. 4 honorable mentions and then the top 10. So we'll get started with a card that's been featured prominently on this list many times. Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom's still really good. I mean, obviously he's 6'10" with Paul George base. He's good. There's not much I can really say here. I would say this is a combo between Lamar Odom and Andre Karolinko. Like, AK would be right here too. I would say both of them deserve to be on this list. They're both more than usable. I saw some people arguing in my Twitter replies earlier, I think it was yesterday, about whether Andre Karolinko was still good or not or something. I'm not sure exactly what was happening, to be honest. And I would say a resounding yes. Like, he is still more than usable for sure. Should you run Andre Karolinko? Yeah. I mean, if you're working on a budget, yeah, for sure. Next honorable mention is a card that I don't think is the greatest in the world, but LeBron James. And the reason he's on here is just because a lot of people like LeBron James. A lot of people want to use like a usable LeBron James card for relatively cheap. And this card is relatively cheap. I mean, it's like $20K, which is cheap for LeBron. Is he the greatest? No. Does he play good defense, dunk the ball, and can shoot the 3 ball effectively? Yeah, he's relatively good. It's LeBron Brown. If you want to use LeBron Brown, like, this is the card for you, realistically. You know what I mean? Next honorable mention is the card that's just, I wouldn't even say he's outdated. It's just I've talked about him too much. Kawhi Leonard. Specifically, you know, 'tis the season or NBA 75 Kawhi Leonard. You can get him for under 25K, which I think is a very good deal, especially because most of them have unlimited contracts and unlimited shoes. Be careful trying to snipe them, though, because you will get this garbage Kawhi to pop up occasionally. Like, this one's 19,000 with 11 Hoff badges. Like, that's pretty good. I think, you know, one of them's handles for days. Like, that's a good deal, especially if you're playing mostly offline or, you know, you're not trying to compete at the highest level. You're not a sweat lord is more or less what I am saying. You can pick up Kawhi for relatively cheap, and he's still an extremely competent, keyword competent, shooting guard. Straight up. Like, look, realistically, if you're looking at this, grab one of the 'tis the season ones if it has Hoff badge upgrades and an unlimited shoe. It's going to run you less MT, and it's just going to be overall a better experience for you, realistically. Then trying to go for the NBA 75 one that has no badge upgrades. So, I really wish I could be streaming right now, and I'm very annoyed that I'm not. Final honorable mention deserves a special shout out, one of the best budget options in this game. And that is Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson is actually fire. 6'7" with a really nice release. I forgot exactly what release he has. I want to say it's base 40 though. I think. I want to double check that before I get too far into this video. Yeah, he has jump shot 40 on quick with shifty dribble style. Duncan Robinson is a monster. Hoff limitless, Hoff catch and shoot. He is easily the best budget shooting guard you can buy. And when I say budget, I mean like an extreme budget shooting guard. Like, a shooting guard that you can buy for like 2,000 MT. He's easily the best. No question about it. He's fire. Everyone should have Duncan Robinson, you know, in their collection. Number 10 is a card that I'm definitely higher on than a lot of people, for sure. And that's Darius Garland. There are like a lot better options that you can pick up for honestly even cheaper than this, or just straight free. Like, I can't say for certain that Darius Garland is really better than like free Kawhi. I was gonna say Kawhi, but free, they would never give us a free Kawhi card. Free Kyrie Irving, or, you know, cheaper point guard options as well, even like Bob Sura or like, you know, guys like that. And realistically, is he better than like Dinwiddie? No, but I don't want to highlight the same cards everyone highlights. Darius Garland is a really fun card to use, and if you're looking to play offline and have fun, like, he's really good. Number 9, a card that just got released, an extreme budget option as well. You can get this card for like 3,000 MT, and that's Gerald Green. Gerald Green is solid. For sure. I feel like a lot more holo cards are dropping, or people just don't care about holos anymore, so they're just kind of putting them up. You know what I mean? The allure of the holo card is kind of over at this point. Gerald Green is really good, though. 6'7", good release. He's got base 70. He attacks the rim at a high clip. Like, he's got a good stable of badges, good player build. He's got gold limitless, gold blinders, like gold clamps, interceptor. Really good. Honestly, just overall player. If you're looking for kind of like a jack of all trade, master of none, kind of like small forward shooting guard that you can plug and play at either position for cheap, go grab Gerald Green. You can get him for 2,000 MT, and I promise he is worth that. Number 8 is a card that I have been hyping real hard since he came out, and that's Hedo Turkoglu. Hedo's still really good. The one thing I will say about Hedo is, like, he's fallen off in prominence just because of the 2 small forwards that we got yesterday. Like, realistically, I would still be saying he's the man, but the 2 small forwards we got yesterday are ridiculous, and, like, that's kind of the only thing that stops me from recommending Hedo. I would also put Kyle Korver here, who's not on the list, but Kyle Korver's still really good too. Jump shot 17 Aspire. I mean, this one has an extra Hoff badge. I'm not sure what extra Hoff badge he has, but I'm going to check it out for sure. If it's something good, you best believe I may pick him up. Like, oh no, wait. Sorry, I'm just an idiot. Never mind, it's the same. Hedo's fun. Like, he's a fun offensive card to use. Do you want to run him as like your starting small forward against like a dark matter LeBron? No, you don't want to do that. But if you have to, you could have worse options is what I'm saying. He's just an objectively fun card to use. Next up is Pau Gasol. Now, is Pau Gasol the greatest card in the world? No, he's very usable though, very competent. There are not very many big men that can stretch the floor the way he does, play defense the way he does, and just overall be good the way he is for the price that he's going for. They really do not exist this year. As far as centers, Pau is probably the best budget center that you can pick up in this game. His combination of defense, like shooting ability, I actually like his jump shot. I know some people don't like his jump shot, and I totally understand that. I personally think it's fine. I don't have an issue with Pau Gasol's jumper at all. Like, set shot 16 is pretty decent. Some people hate it. I think on quick, it's just fine. Truly. I don't think there's an issue with it. I didn't mind it on Valanciunas, and I really, really do not mind it on Pau Gasol. If you're looking for a big man that can do a little bit of everything, he's not the greatest ball handler, but he's not terrible at it either with an 83. If you need him to fit pretty much any play style and you don't want to spend, over 20K on a center, Pau Gasol is the guy for sure. Number 6, this card's longevity is definitely hurt because of the no badge additions, but Thurl Bailey still deserves to be on this list. Like, objectively, I think AK is a little bit better, and the reason for that is just because you can apply badges to him. Thurl, you cannot, which does suck, but he's still also like an absolute monster. Some people hate his jump shot. I personally like it. If you can, try to get an evolved version. It's only about 10K more, and I think it does make a difference because he gets all those defensive badges, but Thurl is still a monster for sure. Number 5, my boy, Jerry Stack Daddy Stackhouse. I was really excited to stream tonight, and do some unlimited and some clutch time where I got to use like Stackhouse and had you guys pick random players for me. Unfortunately, that did not pan out, and I'm really bummed about it. Stackhouse is fantastic. If not for the other 2 pink diamonds from the set, I would say he was easily the best budget shooting guard in this game. He's definitely slept on, and he's really fun. He's a Grant Hill clone, but a little bit better offensively. It's hard for me to recommend Stackhouse when the other 2 guys exist, and they're, obviously play the same position and are so good. But Stackhouse is really fun if you don't want to use, 2 other guys on this list that you'll see coming up. Stackhouse is a really, really good option. Also, he's got a 99 mid-grade, which is dope. $20 quarters. Sick. Number 4, honestly, one of the best budget point guards you can pick up in this game right now. Dead serious. Without a doubt. Jaylen Green. If at all possible, grab the Power Within version. The reason for that is he does come with Hall of Fame limitless spot up. But Jaylen Green is without a doubt the best budget point guard that you can get in this game. It's not even like remotely close. Offensively, defensively, there's better budget guys you can pick up, but offensively, he's so good. He's essentially a much, much, much better version of, where is he? Kevin Porter Jr., essentially. I prefer Jalen Green's jump shot, but essentially what he brings to squad is pretty much the same thing that Kevin Porter's going to bring to squad with improved defense, basically. Jalen Green's fantastic. You can get the power within version for $5K, which I think is absolutely worth it. Especially, like, I might do a 100K squad builder, and there's no question Jaylen Green would be at least one of the point guards on that squad. He's that good, straight up. Number 3 is one of the more expensive cards on this list, but I can't believe we're using Robert Parish cards. Like, I cannot believe. Shout out to 2K, because this year they've made cards that are historically trash in 2K, period. They made them usable, and not only usable, but good this year. Guys like Patrick Ewing, Robert Parish. Like, when was the last time you ran into a comp guy running a Robert Parish card? I swear to God, it's never happened in 2K. I truly have never, it's never happened. You've never ran into a super sweat running Robert Parish. It has not occurred. This year, I've run into some super sweats running Robert Parish. And to be honest, there's a reason for that. He's one of the best centers that you can get for 20,000 MT. Now, like, the majority of players are going to play better with someone like Powell, because he's more of like an overall fits a bunch of different play styles kind of guy. That being said, while Robert Parish is kind of a specialist card, I would say he's really similar to, like, not in practice, but he's similar to Jared Allen. Like, it's a special kind of card that, like, a special player is going to use. Like, he's a defensive first, like, center. That being said, Jared Allen is also a good option, but he is a little bit more expensive. He's like 40K, and you could just get Kristaps for that price. Robert Parish is good, though. Like, if you're looking for a lockdown center, I prefer sometimes my centers to be, well, I prefer them most of the time to spread the floor, just because that's how I play. But in the early game, I like a defensive center. Robert Parish is fire. He does that better than almost any card in this game. His defensive animations are top tier. It should be no question as to who the top 2 cards are. And realistically, it just comes down to personal preference as to which one you prefer. 2 and 1 are Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. No question about it. Cam Reddish is probably the one majority of people are going to go for. The reason for that is because he has a pedigree in 2K. You know, he's typically really good in 2K, so people are going to latch on to that fact. And he's a wonderful defensive player and is a Paul George clone. People are going to go for that. His player build is huge. He's got the Gerald Wallace kind of player build where he's like really stocky and kind of like muscular for seemingly no reason. Kind of Terry Crews-esque, I suppose, but, you know, can hoop at the same time. Cheeseburger Eddie could not hoop. That's just facts. Cam Reddish is absolutely fire. He's going to be a little bit worse on the offensive end, but he's going to make up for it by being much better on the defensive end. But don't sleep on RJ Barrett, because RJ Barrett is also a very competent defender as well. That's the thing. And just like Cam Reddish is also a very competent offensive player as well. So it's really just like a, I don't know, it's just personal preference on which one you'd prefer. Ideally, if you're a budget player, you'd want to grab both of these guys. RJ Barrett is definitely a dribble god. He does not come with Chef, though, so I would definitely recommend giving him at least Gold Chef. That'll run you probably about 15K, which is really annoying, but you are going to be using one of the most elite shooting guards in the game at that point. So, I mean, he's basically just better Terry Dissinger, essentially. Like, that's what RJ Barrett is. Look, even a stock RJ Barrett is fire. Like, if you're using him as a 3-and-D cone, he can definitely do that. There's no issues whatsoever. Get these 2 guys ASAP if you want to improve your squad. I promise no players in this game are going to improve your team as drastically for as little MT as RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish are. There's just no way around it. There's no other way to say it, truly. As always, it's been your boy Cheap Ludes. Like I said, thank you for coming to hang out during the stream. I apologize it had to end. Might stream tomorrow, not know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what words I just said, but I'm just at frustration mode, you know? I was at denial at first. Now I'm at acceptance, but I'm still frustrated about the whole situation. It is what it is. Jump a like on this video and comment down below if you're picking any of these guys up. You know, get some engagement going on in the comment section. Or just comment, like, you know, who's better, RJ Barrett or Cam Reddish? Who do you feel? I would like to know what the consensus is on that one. Have a good night, you guys. Stay safe out there. Peace. I say that like we're in, like, The Purge or something, but we're not.